What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to do another cashback recap, this time for March 2020. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content, trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Link will be in the description. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have a ton of different products, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today is the last day of March, which means I'm going to be posting my video about my March 2020 cashback recap. However, bit of a situation. I'm sure it's no surprise. I would hope everybody knows at this point in time that we are in the middle of a pandemic, a global health crisis, an economic disaster. So, I only did spending pretty much the first half of the month. And the second half of the month, I really didn't spend any money at all for the most part. So, I'm going to just deep dive into it and I'll explain some of the details afterwards. But I did do a couple different things, and due to this whole pandemic, due to this whole health crisis, I did go to the dollar store, I did go to the drugstore, I did go to a couple different places and pick up a couple different items that I thought could potentially make sense to have on hand if this issue going on in the world right now gets worse, or if it's like an extended period of time. We have absolutely no idea. So I did stock up on some stuff from Dollar Tree. It's an easy way of getting $1 worth of first aid stuff or medical supplies, stuff like that. I did obviously go grocery shopping the first half of the month, and when this whole disaster started to occur, I went back to the grocery store and I pretty much tripled up on the things that I knew that I would need, the stuff that expires, the stuff that goes bad, that doesn't have a very long shelf life, but I also stocked up on some stuff that has a much longer shelf life. As I post videos about all the time, I do get a lot of canned goods, I get a lot of boxed goods, and I get stuff that lasts a year and a half, maybe even 2 years sometimes, and then I load it up on fruits and whatnot, and I chop them all up and I put them all in the dehydrator, dry them out, remove the water from inside of them, and then store them away. That way the fruits can last, I don't know, several weeks, months, potentially years, depending on how they're stored, as opposed to, what, a week and a half? Bring them home from the store and you either have to eat them or throw them away at that point. So I dehydrate them to make them way longer. So I loaded up on fruits, I loaded up on foods that just have a long shelf life and stuff like that. So between Dollar Tree, the drugstore for a couple of different things, the grocery store, tripling up one day, I also bought a book, which was free, but all I had to do was pay shipping. Shout out Grant Cardone. And earlier in the month, at the beginning of the month, my cousin and I stopped and grabbed some food. So I didn't really do a whole lot of spending this month, and depending on how you look at it, this could be a good thing or a bad thing, but when it comes to the cashback, I really only got like somewhere between $2.50 and $5. I swear, I didn't get very much at all. I would actually be getting a little bit more than that if I was doing weekly runs to the grocery store like I would typically do. And also, I bought something for my preps, something actually very interesting, something that not a lot of people are aware of, something that not a lot of people think about, something that could absolutely come in handy for just day-to-day life, something that could come in handy if you're going camping, something that could come in handy during like an emergency situation, something that a lot of people don't think of. I don't want to ruin the surprise because I'm going to wait until it arrives and then I will make a product review video on it, but that's not even included in my cashback, and the reason for that is because it hasn't even been charged yet. they have to wait until it gets restocked, which I think is going to be sometime next week, and then it'll be charged, and then it'll be processed, and then it'll be shipped out. So it's actually not even on my March 2020 statement or credit report or anything. The purchase has not technically been made. I ordered it, but I have to wait until it comes in before they can process it, ship it out, and charge it, and all that good stuff. So that's going to be part of my April 2020 cashback recap video, I guess, and that's actually going to be a really cool product review video as well. If you're not someone who preps, if you're not someone who believes in the overall concept of preparation, in my opinion, you're doing something wrong. Now, I made all of these purchases with a variety of different cards. As I always say, I have different cards for different reasons. I have a card that gives me 5% cash back on all of my Amazon purchases. I have a card that gives me 2% cash back at drugstores and gas stations and restaurants. I have another card that gives me 1.5% back on everything. I have other cards that give me 0% or 1%, which I don't really use. I just make sure to put a small purchase on them every single month to keep them open, to keep them active, to keep them consistent. The only purpose they serve is they're helping beef up my average age of credit, but I do not use them. I use my other cards that give me a higher percent cash back so that I can maximize the amount of money that I'm getting returned back to me. My own dollars coming back into my pockets. I have no issue with that. So March 2020, I had to add it up, but on one card alone, it's $2.50 something cents. On my other card, it's a couple dollars as well, probably $2, $3, $4. I haven't even done the math on that yet. But here's the thing. This is something that I came to realize. At first, I was like, oh man, this virus screwed up my cashback recap video. But then I thought about it, and I was like, well, if you think about it, the less cashback that you get returned to you means the less you're using your credit cards, and the less you're using your credit cards means the less money that you're spending, and the less money that you're spending means the more money that's staying in your pocket, the more money that's staying in your bank account, the more money that's sitting there readily available for you. So depending on how you look at it, it might actually be a fantastic thing that I didn't get a ton of cash back this month. I only got a couple dollars. Usually I get at least like about $10 or something like that. But I don't do a lot of spending. I've never been a big spender, and especially this month, I made it an absolute priority to spend pretty much no money at all. Starting in like the middle of the month, I said, okay, from here on out, I am not spending money, and if I have to spend money, it's going to be the smallest amount possible. I have a majority of the preps that I need. Everything that I've purchased over the last year and a half to 2 years is definitely going to be able to hold me over for at least a couple weeks, maybe a month or two. So I am not in a state of desperation by any means. So I think I'm pretty well prepped. But unfortunately, not a very impressive amount of cash back to report on this month. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes things are out of our hands. Sometimes things are not in our control. And as I've been saying about this whole entire pandemic, I have no control over it. I'm not going to underestimate it, but at the same time, if it's out of my hands, it's not really anything for me to feel is worth stressing about. I don't see a point in complaining. I don't see a point in ranting. I don't see a point in going in circles about what the problem is. I'm not really interested in problems. I'm interested in solutions, and I try my best to be as constructive and productive as I can, both on camera and off camera. So with all that being said, if you guys have gotten any cash back this month, head on down to the comments if you're comfortable sharing how much cash back you got, or did you use your credit cards at all? Did you get any type of cash back? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, so help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, but we have a ton of other products as well, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, and many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, how much cash back did you get this month? Keep in mind, those are your own dollars given back to you. It's not money that you're making, it's money that you're saving. So, at the end of the day, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you save. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.